Does the thought of performing in public make you just want to run away and hide? Or is it like you practice for months and months and then the day of the recital you forget everything? Well, today we're going to break that down for you so you understand why exactly it happens and some strategies you can use to work on it, and we're going to do that right now. Let's talk more about performance anxiety and what exactly happens when you get nervous. The faster heart rate, wanting to flee the room, forgetting your music, the whole bit. This is called the fight or flight response, and it's actually in part of your brain called the amygdala. The amygdala is actually an ancient survival mechanism that's been part of our brains for thousands of years. It comes in handy for situations like when you're being chased by something dangerous, or if something scary happens, like you get set on fire. However, this also kicks into effect when we need to perform in public, which makes no sense whatsoever. It's basically like the alarm bells are going off for really no reason, because performing poorly on a recital is not going to kill us. So why does that happen? This actually goes back to our ancient roots about figuring out where we fit in our tribe, which long, long ago was extremely important to our survival. So even though none of it applies today, your amygdala is worrying what other people think about you because it thinks if they don't like you, you're going to be kicked out and you're going to have to face whatever the wilderness is outside. So now that we know we're operating with a slightly outdated piece of software in our brains, what do we do about it? I'm going to give you a few strategies that you can use, and what I would love for you to do is try them out and let me know what you think in the comments below. Strategy number 1, knowledge is power. So in other words, just keep reminding yourself about everything we just talked about. Sometimes just knowing why your brain works the way it does can be enough for you to get control over it and your amygdala for a more successful performance. Strategy number 2, breathe. Breathe, breathe. Breathe before you perform. Breathe while you're performing. Breathe right now. Take 5 or 10 minutes a day and just take some deep breaths. For something that we do all the time, we're pretty lousy at breathing. There have been entire books written on this subject. So take some time, take some deep breaths, and that extra intake of oxygen has this way of really reducing the stress response in pretty much any situation, but especially when you have to perform in public. Strategy number 3, imagine the worst case scenario. Now, not your amygdala's version, which is certain death, but what will happen in reality if you had a lousy performance? Is your audience going to hate you forever? No. Will they even remember it next week? No. Is the piano going to explode? No. Are you going to spontaneously combust? No. Better yet, write all of these things down to give physical form to whatever you're worried about, and you'll see that it's actually not that big a deal if something goes wrong when you perform in public. Sort of disarming your fears like that will really help you get control for a better recital experience. Strategy number 4, practice performing a lot. Practicing performing is just like practicing anything else. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it, and the better you'll get at handling that stress response. Now, it's probably not realistic to practice performing in public every single day, but there are some workarounds. An excellent workaround is practicing for a video camera, or a phone, whatever. Now, there are some rules. You're not allowed any redos, you're not allowed to edit, you're not allowed to do it 12 times in a day. You get 1 or 2 shots in a day to practice performing. And you'll find that by doing this, it's a good way to sort of recreate that stress response that you'll eventually feel when you're in public, and you can practice dealing with it. So by the time you get to the actual one, you'll be much better prepared. Again, give these strategies a try for yourself and let us know what you think in the comments below. If you can get control over your amygdala, you can actually use that adrenaline for an even more exciting performance. Plus, you can use your newfound stress under fire superpowers to vanquish performance anxiety forever. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell for more things music and piano related, and I'll see you next time.